We're officially in the back half of the 17th season of the Simulation Football League here on Twitch, and we're here in the nation's capital for today's SFL action between the Atlanta Swarm and the District of Columbia Dragons. I'm Jack Brown alongside Ramos Lynn, and we're here to bring you all the action from today's game. Ramos, the Dragons enter this game 2-4, the Swarm 4-2. Both teams riding in on streaks, although for the Dragons are looking to snap a 3-game skid they've been on.
What really surprises me when I look at this teams is the fact that the rosters are basically mirrors of each other. Both teams with obviously their star quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 backs in the backfield, 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 defensive backs, and a kicker. Is exactly the same for both teams. So what that can tell us is probably a very close game. Hopefully that's the case. Great coaching, obviously, both sides of the field. Champions on both sides of the field with Jermaine Smith and the DC Dragons. Obviously Mark Chisholm and the Atlanta Swarm. I think this is going to be a thrilling.
Yeah, these two teams coming in very well prepared for each other. They know exactly what they're each going to do because they already do it. And we're just about set to get underway here in the District of Columbia. DC set to receive the opening kickoff. Atlanta in their all-whites kicking it away. Kick is a long bomb. It's going to be taken right at the goal line. Taken up past the 10, up to the 20, and that's where the Dragons are going to start off.
Yeah, this is the first look that we will have at Kevin Say, one of the best halfbacks in the SFL, as well as Shabazz Synergy, the veteran. And defensively, man, Jack Napier, man, he's becoming quietly probably the best corner in the SFL this year.
Yeah, DC, despite their record, the stats would indicate otherwise. They are the definition of a very solid football team in the top 10 of most relevant statistics. But you wouldn't have been able to tell that from that run right there from Kevin Says. He's going to lose 4 yards.
Yeah, that's Garrett Hudson, one of the linebackers. This team is absolutely stacked on defense. Garrett Hudson has a tackle for a loss, and obviously Aquana Shine, the leader of this unit.
2nd and 14 now for the Dragons.
Pressman coverage here.
Synergy got a lot of time in the pocket, throws to the sideline. That one's going to be picked off first attempt, and it's going to go the other way. 10-5 touchdown, pick 6 Atlanta Swarm.
Yeah, J-Rock, and this is an Atlanta Swarm team that is just racking up the pick 6s in the last few weeks. Jack Napier had one and almost had another one that got tackled at the 1-yard line. But again, press man-to-man coverage, and if you cannot be your man at the line of scrimmage, the corner really has the upper hand, and he even had safety help. So not the best decision right there by Shabazz Synergy, throwing the ball in what was essentially triple coverage, and a pick 6 very, very quickly for the Swarm.
So Sammy Steele out to attempt the extra point, put them up 7-0. Not even a minute into this ball game, and Atlanta's already up despite not even being on offense. Kick is up, and it is good. Atlanta already up 7-0.
Right, yeah, but, if there's a team that, can come back from a DC, I mean, they have Stephen Mullinax as the offensive coordinator. We know how good he is. Shabazz Synergy, again, very good quarterback. He had a bad throw and an interception, but, he can shake it off. Has really good receivers, deep threat Josh Gill and company, so cannot be too worried. The game's just starting and you're at home, so, a lot of opportunities still.
Yeah, it may as well just still say 0-0. They just took about 45 seconds off the clock. And with the kick return, they actually improved their field position up to the 27-yard line.
Kanye Rockefeller, one of the best in the SFL as well. The safety, long time hyena, then now with the Dragons. And we'll see what Synergy does. This is going to be probably a run on a tight formation.
Atlanta certainly playing their defense like it's a run. That's exactly what it's going to do. Kevin Say handed up right up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 1.
Good strong arm tackle by Billy Ray Ballantyne. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Kevin Say, you know, he really needs to get going. You know, it's going to be a Atlanta playing press man-to-man coverage, it seems, and it's just going to be the offensive line of DC if they can open some holes in the run game.
Shabazz Synergy making some adjustments to the line. Handoff to Say to the inside. Say makes a man miss, spins around for another one. Gains 5 on the play.
Yeah, that's a power play with a offensive lineman pulling to the right, and a good block overall by the offensive lineman. Getting 3rd and 4 here. Press man. It's not going to be, I think, the worst idea if they just run the ball up the middle here.
They are going to throw it out to Kevin Say. This time, Say's got the first down and a heck of a lot more yards on top.
Yeah, great call. The linebacker shifted last minute, and good dump-off pass to Say, who's got the first down of the game for either team.
Shotgun, empty backfield for the Dragons. Synergy taking his merry time in the pocket. Looking around, throws it deep over the middle. That's going to be tipped incomplete. Almost another interception.
Not an attempt. Yeah, it was kind of a 50-50 ball, and a good defense by the Swarm forces the incompletion. You know, I think that after you throw the ball deep and you kind of keep Atlanta on their heels, you probably run here on 2nd and 10. They showed a couple backs in the backfield. Let's see.
Another handoff up the middle to Kevin Say. Kevin Say shreds tacklers like they're a fine barbecue brisket, and it's going to be a gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. Ball close to midfield now for the Dragons, and it's going to be interesting to see if they go in a shotgun formation. Last time with that deep post, it almost worked. Is that going to be empty backfield? Let's see.
Empty backfield under center formation for Shabazz Synergy. Short drop, looks around, throws on the nice slant, gets the first down.
Yeah, nice read right there. Josh Gill, the wide receiver. He's normally one of the deep threats here for the Dragons alongside Banfield, but running a quick slant gets a first down, and DC looking much, much better than what they did on their first drive.
Very deep drop from Synergy on this play. Deep drop for a short throw, but the short throw is going to get him a first down on the first play. Rupert Westcloud.
Yeah, great job by Synergy. You know, just catching the one-on-one man coverage with the linebacker. Run a quick out. The linebacker is not, you know, talented enough in coverage to hang on with a tight end running an out.
First down, the Dragons are on Atlanta's 30. Handoff right up the middle, and that one's going to be a gain of 3 on the play. Nice little job just to get the few yards on first down.
DC is already in field goal range, so they're in scoring position. Important not to get sacked and get out of that field goal range. Obviously, you want to get a touchdown, but at least you want to come away with some points. Look for the stretch play here to the far side.
Going to be a nice little delayed handoff, but it's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. They gained the 3, and then they quickly lost it on the tackle from Joshua Williams.
Yeah, I said look for the stretch play to the far side, and it seems that Williams really hurt me on that one. As he was ready for it, getting in the backfield, making a tackle for a loss.
3rd and 10. High snap for Synergy. Synergy bombs one towards the sideline, nearly intercepted. That would have been a bad one. Chris Henry with the pass deflection.
Yeah, and really underthrown by Synergy. Looked for a second that he had his man wide open. And I think if he lobs it more and he just leads the receiver a little bit more, that could have been a touchdown. But either way, DC catches a break and they're able to attempt a field goal.
Kick is on the way from Pautai, and it is going to be good. DC limits the damage from the pick six on the opening drive and makes it 7-3 with just a little over half of the first quarter to go.
Yeah, and the game is 7-3, and for the first time, we will see the Atlanta offense. If you just tuned in, it was a pick six by the Atlanta defense on the first drive, and now DC got the ball back and got 3 points.
Long kick is away, taken at about the 1 yard line. Atlanta looking to go to the outside, stretches the kick return, but it's not going to work out.
Yeah, and then it's going to be the ball at the 24 now. Atlanta now with the lead. This is the perfect situation here for a quarterback like Brian Dynasty. You have the lead already by your defense. Just, don't make a mistake. Take care of the ball and give your defense a rest. I mean, even though they're winning, the defense has been on the field for essentially, 5 and something minutes.
Brian Dynasty throws it short to BDG Hollywood. Hollywood gains 2 on the reception.
Yeah, and BDG is one of the best halfbacks in the league at being a receiver out of the backfield. We know that he likes to catch those screen passes and those passes to the flat. On that situation, it was just a dump off pass from the shotgun formation.
Snaps where it needs to be for Brian Dynasty. Dynasty floats one over the middle, right into the heart of the DC Dragons coverage. There was one Atlanta receiver for Ryan Roosevelt to about 3 or 4 Dragon defenders. Bit of an interesting throw there from Brian Dynasty.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just, asking for it to be intercepted. It was a lob pass. It was not even a hard throw. It's just basically like a rainbow to the teeth of the defense. Not sure what he was thinking right there.
Snaps are underneath for Dynasty. Dynasty looking around, throws a laser towards the sideline. That was going to be picked off. Keeps the toes in bounds, and it's Kanye Rockavella taking it right back for the Dragon.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable interception because not only he catches the ball, but he keeps both feet in bounds as he falls. Yeah, both feet are in bounds before the arm touches the sideline, which is a valid interception. And now DC has the ball in Atlanta territory. And all of a sudden, I mean, Atlanta started with a pick six, and it seems that a DC has gathered momentum of the game.
Hand off to the outside to Kevin Say. Kevin Say spins around and only gains 1 after the acrobatics.
Yeah, that's what makes him one of the best running backs in football, and really one of the toughest ones to game plan. We had to face him early in the season, and it was really, really tough to game plan against because that could have been a 2-yard loss, and he turns it into a 1-yard gain. That's just what he does.
Second and 9, hand off right up the middle to Kevin Say. Kevin Say gains 3 on a much more conventional looking run.
Quan Shine, the veteran and leader of this team, really coming away with that tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and 6. We'll see if Atlanta chooses to do press man-to-man coverage on this one. It doesn't seem that they will. It's going to be zone. Look for the deep post.
Synergy goes right where he said he would, Ramos, and it gets into Atlanta's red zone on the massive reception by Josh Gill.
Yeah, and you look at the job of the corner. He trusts that he has safety help, but the safety is just too late to arrive. That's nose number 23, Moose Papano, not getting there in time to make the pass deflection at least. And Shavaz Energy, after getting his first throw intercepted, 4 of 6, a little bit more than 50 yards, not too bad.
Short drop, short throw on the flat to Kevin Say, who seemed to be caught out by the throw coming to him a little bit too quickly. And it's only going to gain 3, 2nd and 7.
And I really like what DC is doing, that after that interception, not, throw the ball into coverage anymore, just find the open man, run the ball with Say, and it's working for them. The middle of the field could be open here.
Very short drop, and it's going to be caught. The defender tried a little bit too aggressively to bite down on the pass, but Rupert Westcloud gets the second catch of the game and gets it 1st and goal and lands 5-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Westcloud off the line of scrimmage, getting rid of that bump press man coverage, and a good job, good throw by Synergy, throwing the ball on target. Oh, look for Kevin Say here.
That's exactly what they're going to do. Hand it off right up the middle, and he gains 3. 2nd and goal. Smart little quick handoff gets it to a much better position.
Yeah, and a great tackle by Shine. That's, I will say, a touchdown-saving tackle by the linebacker. If he doesn't make that shoestring, Kevin Say would have had a touchdown, I will say.
Second and goal, handoff to the outside. Kevin Say trucks through, touchdown.
Great blocking. I mean, obviously, great job by Kevin Say, staying patient in the backfield, reading his blocks. But if you look at the fullback, that's Chris Britton. We're gonna take a look here at this replay. He comes in. We are gonna see Josh Gills, but Chris Britton does a great job also on a Qantas Shine. If he doesn't block Shine, I think Shine basically stonewalls him before he gets to the end zone. So a great job by the fullback, and all of a sudden, man, after that pick 6, DC is in the lead.
DC has recovered very well from the pick 6 to start the game, and they're ahead. Oh, and that one was nearly blocked. Took him way too long to get the ball off the ground.
Yeah, that was almost slow motion. It felt like it, at least. But the kick was good.
Kick is away as DC takes the 10-7 lead. Take it out of the end zone, trying to stretch it out a little bit more, but it's only going to get him to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, and for this second drive, I would really like to see Atlanta keep the ball on the ground. On their first possession, they went 3 plays, 3 shotgun passes. One almost got intercepted, and then the second one actually got intercepted. And they're going to stay in that shotgun. Let's see.
Dynasty all alone in the shotgun. Dynasty throws it on the flat. Going to be caught in bounds. Gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, and that's almost like a run. That's one of those passes where it's just a short out route, get 4 yards. Essentially what you will get in a run, in a conventional run. So, yeah, not forcing anything like he did on the previous drive, just staying patient.
Second down and 6. Handoff up the middle. That looked to be to the fullback, Mitchell O'Brien. That it was. Not going to gain anything, but not going to lose anything. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 indeed. And DC is doing a great job, overall at filling up the lanes inside and covering the ball down the field. Down defense here for the Dragons.
Short throw and right over the middle from Bryant Dynasty, but it's not enough for the first down. 4th and 4 is what they're going to mark it as.
Yeah, and as I'm saying, DC is doing a great job at covering downfield, and because nothing is open, all Bryant Dynasty can do is check it down, but there's another guy right there to make the tackle. A really impressive back-to-back drives by the DC defense, and they will have the ball back. This Atlanta defense needs to be pretty exhausted so far here in the first quarter. They've been on the field for basically the entirety of the first.
Yeah, and maybe that's the master plan of the DC Dragons. Keep Atlanta's defense out there for as long as possible, so that at some point you can just start getting very long rushes out of Kevin
Exactly.
Say.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. Right there, press man-to-man coverage. This is going to go with Kevin Say again, I think.
Short drop, short throw, Kevin Say to the outside. All the room in the world in front of him. Had he not spun there, he would have gotten the first down.
I do agree. He should have gone towards the sideline and try to turn the corner. He would have had a first down and probably about 10 more yards. But regardless, going to be second and very short. And from here, I don't see why you will not give it to Kevin Say again. Maybe on a stretch play, far side.
Atlanta stacked in the box, handoff to Kevin Say to the outside. Kevin Say keeps the wheel turning and gets the first down, despite the fact that first contact was made probably about 3 or so yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that was a broken tackle to a Quanta Shine, I'm pretty sure. I think I saw 58, which is not easy. So, great job by Kevin Say in the first.
And that'll take us to the end of the first. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back, everybody, as Shabazz Synergy takes a deep drop, short throw over to Kevin Say. Kevin Say blasts through a defender and gets it to the 35-yard line of the Atlanta Swarm. If you are just tuning in right now, it was a very eventful first quarter, Ramos, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. You know, it started with a pick six by the Swarm in the first minute of the game, and really ever since, DC has dominated. Other than that pick six, Atlanta has been unable to do anything offensively. They've thrown an interception, they punted the ball in a 3-and-out, and DC has been able to move the ball really well with Kevin Say. Atlanta's defense is looking pretty gassed right now. I will run the ball here, Jack.
Handoff right up the middle to Kevin Say once more. Gain of 2 yards. Kevin Say so far, he's had a wildly good game. Not really showing up on the stat sheet. He's only got around 20 yards, 25. But those yards have been coming in at crucial moments for the Dragons.
Yeah, including a touchdown. And it was a great run to the outside where he beat the defender to the pylon.
Throws it out, and it's going to be caught in bounds by Jeff Banfield, his first catch of the game.
Yeah, it makes it a manageable 3rd and 3. So basically your whole playbook is open for you. You can even run the ball here if you want it. With the ball at 28, you're in scoring position. Looks like Banfield is going to be spread out wide in the slot. Let's see what they do.
Give me another handoff right up the middle. Nothing goes. Atlanta's defense stands up very well. Makes it a 4th and 4 on their own 29.
Yeah, great play by Quanta Shine. That was the run, and he had that one on lock. It's gonna be 4th and 4, and Potty. I mean, you have to say it's not automatic because the previous kick that was an extra point almost got blocked. So let's see how the special teams unit does this. That's better.
Oh, that's a nice kick from Paul Tai, and it's going to be through. 13-7. The DC Dragons are really coming into their own after that game.
Yeah, and it's been 13 unanswered points by the DC Dragons. That's 3 scores. It was a touchdown, 2 field goals, and Atlanta has yet to get a first down. So, they really need to put the ball, I think, on BDG Hollywood's hands and start trying to get something. They have 8 total yards of offense.
Kicks away, taken at the goal line, past the 10, past the 20, up to the 25-yard line.
And it's been not bad field positions overall by the Swarm. I mean, they've had not great field position, but not that bad either. It's basically being average. And finally, they will go under 7 with BDG in the backfield. Let's see.
Very deep drop from Bryant Dynasty. Dynasty gets caught up 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Going to go down. 2nd and 18 from Atlanta's 17.
Yeah, and this young defense, John Gary, the defensive end, beats his man one-on-one and meets Bryant Dynasty head-on for a sack. And if it wasn't him, I mean, a couple of Dragons defenders were really humming in, including Benny Butcher. So it's been a dominating performance so far by the DC defense.
It's going to be another deep drop for Bryant Dynasty, trying to make up for it. It's going to be tipped incomplete. The DC Dragons defense and Kanye Rockefeller have shut down the Atlanta Swarm offense. If it wasn't for the pick 6, this would be a much different looking game.
I do agree with that, and it's going to be probably on Atlanta's defense to create another turnover, or if Atlanta wants to win this game. I would not be surprised if they just, check it down just to get some yards and punt the ball away here.
That's not what they're going to do. They're going to throw it deep over the middle. What a catch! Getting the extension and just barely getting it as Ryan Roosevelt makes it 1st and 10 for Atlanta at their own 39.
Yeah, that's exactly what Atlanta needed. It's a deep post route, wide open in the cover 2 it looked. It's probably cover 2 right there. In between the safeties for a first down. A huge play by the Swarm offense.
First and 10. Deep drop from Bryant Dynasty. Dynasty going to the sideline, going to be caught inbounds. Another great little pass and catch from Bryant Dynasty to Jamal Wooding, the tight end. The Swarm's offense this drive, especially after that big throw, has really gained some momentum.
It really has, and that was a beautiful throw in the bread basket of Jamal Wooding. They go in that same shotgun formation. It has caused problems for Atlanta. DC has been able to stop most of those plays.
Another deep throw tipped up by DC, and there was nearly a man there to catch it.
Yeah.
Would have that been a great interception there by the linebacker, Riley Cuse.
Yeah, and I think it was Rockefeller who made the tackle on the receiver to not allow him to catch the ball, and that's totally allowed. That's legal because the ball was tipped first. And a great play by the defense all in all.
2nd and 10. Deep drop from Bryant Dynasty. Goes over the middle. Now it's going to be a nice little throw right where it needed to be. 1st and 10 for the Swarm to Boo Chisholm.
Another bit of a dangerous throw as 2 defensive backs were closing in on the play, including Rockefeller. But overall, great throw and a great catch by Boo Chisholm. Look, press man-to-man coverage here.
Dynasty looking around, lofts one to the corner. That one's another almost interception. Dynasty, this drive is playing with fire, and so far it's worked out to its advantage. but how many of these throws can he force before one of them gets picked?
Exactly. That was Bryce's man-to-man coverage. You try to do a corner route. That's basically what DC did in the early portion of the game, and they had a pick six against them. And Atlanta almost tried to do the same, and the result was almost the same as well.
Deep drop from Dynasty, throws over to BDG Hollywood, who gets clotheslined well behind the line of scrimmage. Clint Hendershot, the legendary linebacker here on the Dragons, with the massive tackle for loss.
Yeah, that's a great play, great recognition on that screen pass and making the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Dynasty has to be very careful here.
Has to make a very smart throw. Dynasty looking around, throws, and that was not a smart throw. Tried to go on the sideline, but it does not work out. 4th and 12.
Yeah, that was almost intercepted by Peanut Say, and if Say makes that interception, that's probably a house call. You're getting an interception on an out route is almost a pick six guarantee. So that was very close. I don't think he would have been able to get the pick six unless that was a one-handed interception because the pass was a little bit too high. But at least they can come away with some points for steal.
Yeah, at least they'll be able to bring it to within 3. Low snap, the kick is away from Sammy Steele. It's up, it's over, and it is good from 48 out, 13-10.
Yeah, and a good drive, overall successful drive by Atlanta. Number one, obviously the most important thing, you get points, and the second thing is that you at least give your defense finally some time to rest. You know, out of the 15 minutes with being on the field, I will say 11 of them, DC's being on offense. So, important to get those points and to have that kind of drive.
Keep things nice and tight early so that you're always within it until the last possible moment. DC taking it up to the 23-yard line. And don't forget, folks, to visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. And unlike most shows that last this long, not a single dip in quality since its start. Deep drop from Shabazz Synergy, going short. It's going to be caught right behind the line of scrimmage by Kevin Say, and gains 4 on the short reception.
Smart decision right there by Synergy. It was a deep drop back. It looked like the 3 wide receivers released on a deep route. And Atlanta was in deep coverage, so he just took the check down and what he could get. So a decent decision. This is going to go again to Kevin Say. Probably on a throw.
That's exactly what they're going to do. Kevin Say takes it, and it's going to be a lot of green in front of him. First down, heck of a lot more yards.
Yeah, great recognition right there by Synergy. There's nobody in the far sideline. I mean, it's just nothing but grass. And sprinting towards the sideline, getting a first down and out of bounds.
Under center Synergy. Quick handoff to Kevin Say, gains 1.
Yeah, Say on the ground has had his struggles. He's had about 14 rushing attempts, about 20 yards only of rushing. So Atlanta's defense really doing a good job at containing him on the run, but he does have almost 50 yards and 6 receptions.
And off the outside to Kevin Say. Kevin Say's got a lot of room in front of him. And if he wasn't pushed down, that would have been quite possibly a house call.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree. And that's going to be the linebacker Oquanta Shine making a touchdown saving tackle and also a first down saving tackle. So there's a chance here for Atlanta to make a stop and force a fourth down.
Possibly even get the ball back for themselves. Hand off to the outside to Kevin Say. Kevin Say picks up a great block. He's got a lot of room in front of him. Gets it to the 33. And, there does seem to be an injury. Josh Gill, the receiver for DC, picking up an injury on the play. I want to see if we can get any views on it. No, it'll just keep on showing this wonderful run by Kevin Say.
Yeah, and you said it, a beautiful block by Britton, the fullback, just sealing the edge. Thanks to that block, he's able to get that first down and put the ball again in scoring position. Now, Josh Gill's injury could be huge. You know, this entire game plan is based around Kevin Say, but you really need your wide receivers.
Yeah, you always need that release valve if things go wrong. As Kevin Say gets 4 yards, 6 yards on the run.
It looked like Josh Gill's injury was non-contact, which it could be either very good because it could just be a cramp, or it could be really bad because it could be like a pulled hamstring or something like that. So we'll see.
Another handoff up the middle to Kevin Say, gain of 2.
Right, and in a 3rd and 2, again, the whole playbook is open for you. You know, knowing how DC is playing this game, this is going to go with Say either on the run or the pass. And this is going to be a throw here, Jack, to the near sideline, I think, to Kevin Say. There's nobody there covering.
3rd and 2, they're going to throw it down towards the far. As you said, it's going to be a 1st and 10 ball down the 18-yard line.
Getting the ball in the red zone. And DC, again, you know, after that pick 6, they've done a great job taking care of the football and just getting those 3rd downs. DC so far is 4 of 7 on 3rd down, which is above 50%, which is pretty good.
And once again, the handoff gets 1 yard. Atlanta's defense been doing okay, actually, at stopping those runs up the middle as Cree Higgins gets the tackle.
Yeah, they really have. And excuse me, it's 5 of 7 right now on 3rd down, which, you know, it's even better, 71%. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Kevin Say just averaging around 3 yards per carry. It's been more on the passing game.
Deep drop, throws over the middle. That's going to be a 1st down, 1st and goal for the Dragons.
Wow, that's the
backup catch. Who was a well, Josh Gill may be out, but his understudy coming out and just gets a nice grab over the middle, and is going to set up 1st and goal.
And not only that, I mean, he gets off the press man coverage by Jay Miraculous and makes the catch in heavy traffic. A great play. Look for the run play to the far side. Oh well, 2-minute warning.
We'll be right back as DC is knocking on the door once again. 13-10, but it could become more. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with more after this break. Welcome back, everybody. Hand off to Kevin Say. Open hole. It's going to gain 1 yard. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, and getting that ball to the inside is going to be a Quanta Shine with a great tackle. Second goal and 2. DC really doing a good job inside the 10-yard line. Not forcing a throw, not doing anything like that. Let's see here. This is going to go with Say again.
Hand off to Say up the middle. Not going to gain anything. 3rd and goal on the 2.
Back-to-back stops by the linebacker, Quanta Shine, really winning that battle in the last couple of plays. Offset. I will throw it to... Oh, nope.
Nope, they're just going to hand it off, and Atlanta stops them at the goal line. And they're going to have to kick the field goal.
Yeah. You could argue, just try to get the touchdown, just push, half yard in, but man, they stopped you 3 times from the 2. You just take the points.
And that would be the smart move. Kick is away and is good for 3. DC takes a 16-10 lead, but for the Swarm, that's about the best news that you could hear. You're still within 1 possession.
Yep. And it's 24 seconds left. Atlanta does have 3 timeouts. This kick return is going to be huge. If they can, I say that if they can return the ball to about the 30-yard line, they can try to get a field goal on the board before the end of the half.
See if they can do it, and they're only going to get up to the 21.
Yeah. In that case, I say you just run the ball with Beanie G and take it to the half.
Very deep drop from Brian Dynasty. He's going to air it deep.
Oh, wow.
And it works out to his benefit. What a throw and catch. They still have all 3 timeouts, though. I don't know why they're not using any of them. You only got 10 seconds left. You got to spike the ball or something. They are really bleeding clock right now. I guess they're going to go for another one. Now they call the timeout.
Yeah, and not the best, clock management right there. But okay, it's going to be a throw to the end zone here. And with guys like Bo Chisholm and Falco, I think it's doable. It's not very likely, but I think it's doable. It's going to be a Hail Mary.
Atlanta could take the lead on this last play of the first half.
Uh-oh.
Dynasty looking around, and nope. He's just going to go down for a sec, but there's still a second left.
Yeah. They can try it again at least. It's 55 yards out. I do think Dynasty has the arm for it. They just need to give him time, though.
Yeah, that they do. Deep drop. Dynasty looking around. He's going to go. Whoa! Avoids the first sack. Not going to avoid 2. 3rd and 25. And the Dragons hold off the Atlanta Swarm. Take a 16-10 lead into the main break.
That's the end of the second quarter.
And so far, Ramos, DC has done an excellent job on offense after that first pick 6, of course.
Yeah, and even a better job on defense. They have only allowed 3 points to this high-flying Atlanta offense. and 0 rushing yards. 0. BDG Hollywood, 0 rushing yards. I mean, to be fair, they've not even tried. But, you know, he has no rushing attempts. But it's puzzling. And it really, I think, is DC putting the pressure on the Atlanta offense. You know, after the score was 7-0 Atlanta, they put the score 10-7, 13-7. And Atlanta has, I think, pressed a little bit and not done what they normally do.
Yeah, a shocking statistic from that first half. DC had more than double the amount of plays on offense that Atlanta had. Atlanta only had 20 snaps through those 22 minutes. Meanwhile, DC had 41 plays. That really has been the tale of the tape today.
Yeah, Atlanta 1 of 4 on third down. DC 5 of 8 as well. 6 passes defense for DC, 2 passes defense for Atlanta. You know, Atlanta's just very lucky this game isn't a 4-touchdown game, honestly. You know, when you look at those statistics, you know, not less than 100 yards passing for Brian Dynasty, 0 rushing yards for either back. I mean, Mitchell O'Brien did have a rushing attempt, and that went for nowhere. Really, really impressive, the fact that it's only a 6-point game.
Yeah, and I mean, just so far, it's been a very good game from DC's offense. Meanwhile, Atlanta's side of the ball, a lot needs to be done. They've been spreading the love out equally, except for to their golden boy, BDG. But they do get the ball to start the second half.
You know, and it's
So
only
it
been...
should be very interesting.
Yeah, and it's only been 2 throws right there for Atlanta, who's basically been their entire offense. It was that deep post route that they ran when it was 3rd and long. That was for 22 yards, and that pass to Falco for 31. That accounts for about 60% of their total yards in the first half.
Kick is away. We are back here in the nation's capital. And Atlanta starts their drive from the ball on the 26th.
Yeah, and the question is, will BDG get a carry?
We will have to see.
Okay, they go power set.
He is on the field, so yeah.
There it is.
That they are. First carry of the day, and he gets 1 yard.
Okay, yep, exactly what I said with Josh Gill. It's cramps. You know, when it's a non-contact injury, it's either really, really bad or just cramps or just something like that, and you're just right back in the game. So really encouraging news for the DC Dragons.
That it is. Hand off up the middle once again to BDG, and BDG gains nothing, loses nothing.
And that's probably why Atlanta didn't run the ball in the first half. It's really not working very well. But even with that, I say just keep on trying. Not on this 3rd and 8, but if you get a first down, run the ball again on first down and just try to get him going.
Brian Dynasty, all the time to throw in the wall. That's going to be picked off. All that progress for nothing. And a nice little spin around as DC gets the ball right back at Atlanta's 25.
Yeah, and DC has that play and that formation on lock. As John DeSantis just reads the post route. I mean, the post route wasn't even made yet. The cut wasn't even made yet by the receiver, but he just reads the routes, and he knows it's a post route, and he just goes to the zone and picks it off.
Let's go.
He knew exactly what he was doing. And now the good news for DC. They get the ball back, and they are already in scoring range. Hand off to Kevin Say out to the inside. He gains a a few yards, make it 4, despite the fact that first contact was made behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what a play. That should have been a 2-yard loss, but it's somehow a 4-yard gain.
Under center, deep drop from Shabazz Synergy. Another short throw to Kevin Say, but Say loses almost all the yards again on the last play, 3rd and 9.
Want to Shine again, and Shine has been about the only player who's been able to tackle Kevin Say on defense. He's up to 9 tackles. He's on pace for getting almost 20 tackles in this game. Well, they have to be careful here, DC. DC has to be careful.
High snap from Shabazz Synergy, throws down the sideline, hit as he throws, intercepted, cleared the way from the one receiver, and Atlanta's taking it right back down the sideline to their own 45.
Yeah, I said they have to be careful. They have to be careful. I mean, it's a deep coverage play. It was deep coverage all the way. Tip drill, Miraculous gets the interception. And man, this Atlanta defense has really kept them in the game. I think they have to insist with BDG, don't they? I mean, the passing game is just not working for Brian Dynasty. He's almost 50% completion with 2 interceptions. They just have to get their back going.
And they're going to hand it off right up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of 4 from BDG Hollywood. I almost said Brian Dynasty, so if he ran the ball.
4-yard gain, gets the ball into DC territory. As you can see the numbers by Dynasty. Only 89 yards.
Second down and 6, handoff right up the middle to BDG, and it's going to be gain of 1. Tackle made by Clint Hendershot.
And this is it's tricky here for Atlanta. When it's 3rd and long, they've tried to go in that shotgun formation that DC has had on lock, and they go back in that formation. It's a press man coverage. Let's see if Atlanta can get one.
Deep drop from Brian Dynasty, low throw, but it gets the first down to Siege Falco.
Great patience, great route by Falco, getting open on the out route. Kanye Rockefeller makes the stop. But an open receiver finally, and that's, I will say, probably the only 3rd time or so that Brian Dynasty has actually had a man open. It's been great coverage by DC all the way, and Atlanta in scoring position now.
They've been doing all they need to and more. Gonna be another handoff to BDG Hollywood. BDG Hollywood gets to the outside, gets the first down there within the red zone of the Dragons.
That's why you have to give him the ball. It was really shocking, the fact that they gave him no rushes in the first half. But finally in the second half, the coaches came together in that locker room and said, man, we need to give the ball to 34. Passing the ball on every down is just not working. And another heavy set. This is going to go to BDG again.
At least it should. Handoff up the middle to BDG, and that it will. Gain of 3.
Yeah. Decent play there. Atlanta, they don't have to panic here. They don't have to go again in that empty set, on that, that shotgun with 4 or 5 receivers. They just need to keep hammering this football. They go with 3 wide. This may go to Mitchell O'Brien here. Nope.
Very deep drop from Brian Dynasty. Throws over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. And Atlanta punishes the Dragons' careless throw by a pick and taking it right back for a touchdown. They could be in the lead here.
That was a great route by Roosevelt, getting in front of the safeties, beating his man easily, and just in between that cover 2. Wide open receiver, and Atlanta somehow is going to be in the lead.
Number 6 is back to the point after. Number 7 on the hold.
Kick is away, and it is good. Atlanta now on top of the Dragons, 17-16.
DC has to be kicking themselves. I mean, it's just, you know, been a situation where they've done pretty much everything right except those interceptions, and they're still losing the game by 1.
Taking it about the 10. Oh, taking past the 20. Nice. Little cutback from DC. That's going to be 1st and 10 on their own 25.
Right. It has to be. Excuse me. Say, in this drive. It just
That would
has
be the smart move.
Yeah, especially in the passing game. You know, in the run game, he's been hit or miss, but in the passing game, he's been just unstoppable.
Short drop, short throw, and it's going to be tipped incomplete.
That could have been intercepted by Miraculous again, and that would have been a pick 6.
That it would have been.
Let's go. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 25-yard.
Split back shotgun. Looking around is Shabazz Synergy going to the outside. Caught. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and that's Josh Gill back from that cramp. It's gonna be very important in this late portion of the game, in a tight ball game. Again, Kevin Say is the main focus of this offense, but you really need all your players, all your receivers in cases you really need to count on them like that.
Couldn't agree with you more. Handoff right up the middle. It's going to be a 1st down as DC now is just starting to grind out those points. And Qantas Shine's down. That could be debilitating for Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's a contact injury. Oh man, not sure what that is, but it's not good news for the Swarm, that's for sure. Again, you know, he's been about the only guy who's been able to consistently tackle Kevin Say in this defense, and not to have him is absolutely huge. You run the ball, I mean, you kind of have to take advantage.
Short drop, short throws, caught in bounds, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it's a short throw, and I think this is all that Synergy has to do in this game. You know, that last couple of times he's tried to go deep, it's been intercepted, and if he just keeps it underneath, he can have much more success. Like that.
And that was going to be another catch as DC moves the ball on up to the midfield.
On DC's last drive, that got a field goal, they ran 14 plays for 75 yards. Almost all of them had Kevin Say with the football. So that just speaks volumes on how he is the main focus of this offense.
Deep drop, short throw to Kevin Say. Kevin Say not going to gain anything, but they are going to say he got back up to the line of scrimmage, so I guess good for him.
Yeah, with the ball at midfield. Now, a change of pace here will not be bad. You have given Say the ball a lot of times in a row. You can use those receivers. Maybe you can use your fullback here. This may go to Rupert Westcloud.
Nope. One would think, but no, it's another little dump off to Kevin Say, gain of 1.
It's going to be a 3rd and 9. You really need to get a 1st down here to keep your scoring hopes alive, as you're nowhere near close to field goal range. You can see Jack Napier. And he's been quiet because he's basically not been targeted today.
High snap. Looking around, throws deep, and that one right in the heart of Atlanta's coverage, but it works out just fine as the catch is made by Josh Gill's backup, Jesse Glover.
And that's 2 big-time catches by Glover in this game. He was, again, as you said, the backup of Josh Gill, running that slant, having a great catch, and right there making a 3rd and long conversion, putting the ball in scoring position.
Short drop, throw towards Kevin Say. A lot of green in front of him as he gets it to the 26. And Qantas Shine is going to be out for the remainder of this game.
Yep. That's just huge. That's just absolutely huge. 2nd and 3. I will just run the ball up the middle.
Handoff up the middle, and that one's going to be a 3rd and inches on the run from Kevin Say. 70 yards on 24 carries. He's been the perfect 3 to 5 yard back today.
Yeah, he has, and with his contributions in the passing game, has 13 catches so far for 66 yards, so more than 120 total yards from scrimmage.
Get off the outside to Kevin Say, and Say gets the 1st down.
Beautiful block again by the fullback, Britton. I don't think we're going to get a replay on this one, but it was just the key for that 1st down. And another set of downs here for the Dragons.
Hand off to the outside, Kevin Say. Kevin Say grinding the Atlanta Swarm defense to a fine dust this game.
Yep, 2nd and 7. I will not be surprised if they actually put Kevin Say's backup here soon. He's been the main focus of this drive, and he has to start, getting tired.
Quick little spin, and it gets stopped at the 19-yard line. Still no gain, but now for the Dragons, you kind of are having to play it safe in a way.
Yep, it's going to be a 3rd and 7. Again, a tricky situation because you have the ball at the 19, so the field is starting to shrink on you. Shotgun. Look for, again, the backup.
Throws over the middle, right into the end zone, picked off, but the Dragons managed to hold on. Glover, you said he'd be important on this play. I don't think he was important in the way that you were imagining.
Yeah, the pass was intended for Banfield, and again, that's the danger of throwing the ball deep when the field started to shrink on you, is the fact that the defenders obviously have the back end and have the sidelines basically working as another defender. And just a huge missed opportunity for the DC Dragons to take the lead.
Short drop from Brian Dynasty. That is a questionable call when you're backed up at your own 2.
Very much so. That could have easily been intercepted.
Intercepted or had the offensive line collapse in front of him. It may have even been a safety. Worst case scenario.
Yep. Absolutely.
And they're going to hand it off the outside as BDG Hollywood nearly got tackled in the end zone. But he gets it out in time and makes it 3rd and 2 on Atlanta's 9-yard line.
Third and 2. I think this is going to go with BDG again. And let's see if the DC Dragon defense can make the stop. Nope.
Very deep drop. Brian Dynasty throwing it deep over the middle, and it works to his benefit. What a throw, and he is still running. still going. Taking it down to the 15-yard line. Siege Falco had to put on his wheels there and get flying.
What an unbelievable call and an unbelievable throw. That's a corner post route. And the speed of Falco just absolutely smokes Leathers. Rockefeller and Leathers chasing him down for about 40 yards until they can make a stop. And this is going to be probably one of the biggest plays of the game. You know, DC could have gotten a stop, get the ball in some good field position, and now Atlanta will likely get points.
First and 10 from the Vultures, 15-yard line.
Ball's now down to the 15. Dynasty going for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Swarm. Found Boot Chisholm right at the back of the end zone. And that is going to be good for 6.
Yep. Wow, incredible. You know, the fact that, you know, Atlanta has hung around with that defense and they've just been able to capitalize every time they get that interception. You know, the first time obviously was a pick 6. And now you get the interception, you're backed up at your own 2-yard line, and with 2 huge passes, you're up by 8.
Yeah, with time draining in the third, 54 seconds left, and DC has had a game that was firmly within their control, and they've let it slip from their grasp.
Yeah, it really has. You know, it's still a full quarter and 54 seconds to go. So obviously DC has more than enough time and resources. They just, you know, were able to drive the ball downfield. It was just a questionable decision on the pass. Rockefeller.
As Rockefeller gets up to the 26, they're going to need to really hunker down on this drive. Points more important now than ever as they're just on the fringe of being within 1 possession.
Wow, and you have to wonder what they're going to do. Kevin Say 27 carries and he's under 100 yards, which is a testament on how good Atlanta has, you know, done at stopping the run.
Well, we were talking about all that. Kevin Say just gained 7 yards like it was absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and that's because Aquana Shine is not on the field anymore. So that's what I was saying. Just keep it between the tackles, run inside, and just, you know, take advantage of the situation. Another good block by Britton. That's going to be key. You know, as well as some maybe slant pattern, something that attacks the middle of the field.
Second and 3.
Oh,
Super deep drop from Shabazz Synergy. He's going to go right down. 3rd and 10. And that, I think, might just take us to the end of the third.
it will, and it was a sack because it was a coverage sack. That was supposed to be a screen, but the defensive back, that was... I didn't catch the number correctly, I'm sorry, but the fact of the matter is that he was able to be all over the running back, and he had to take a sack.
Atlanta has regained control of this game. 24-16. We'll be right back after this break. DC looking to get back up on top of this ball game, but after the sack to end the third, it's not looking like it'll go in their favor. Throw out on the flat to Kevin Say, and Kevin Say, his spun and he's racing away, crosses the midfield down to Atlanta's 49, 1st and 10.
Just electric. I mean, he gets the swing pass, and for a lot of backs, that's just a 3-yard gain, but not for him, as he's able to sprint down the sideline, beat a defensive back until he basically runs out of room. What a play.
First and 10. Short drop, and it's going to be a throw. Whoa!
Oh.
Two Atlanta Swarm defenders tried to get in the way of that ball, but Jeff Banfield knew better. Reach out the hands, and he got it. 2nd and 3.
I think that was the least likely outcome, actually, a catch. That could have been intercepted, at least batted away for an incompletion, and somehow it found the receiver's hands.
And the handoff negates most of the gains on it. 3rd and 6 after the 3-yard loss from Kevin Say.
Kevin Say now, finally over 100 yards rushing. It's been an absolute grind for the running back, as he's gotten the ball 44 times in this game.
Jeez. Short drop, throws to the side. Whoa! What a catch that was! 1st and 10. Banfield, he's working some magic.
I just don't know how.
We're not
getting a
replay on
replay.
that.
Come on. That was a pick six all the way. That was just a pick six all the way. Come on.
Another handoff right up the middle, as it's going to be 2nd and 7. Kevin Say with his 45th touch of the day.
Yeah, and with that run, they get into field goal range. And the reason why I mention it is important. There's a lot of time left on the clock. A field goal is not the worst thing. You will be down by 5, and a touchdown will win you the game. So they don't have to lose yards.
Another handoff, gains 1 yard. 3rd and 6.
Looks like Say is going to easily get 50 touches in this game, either running or catching, which is just absolutely crazy.
Very long, deep drop from Shabazz Synergy, and the 1st down is obtained, plus a few yards on top of it to the 23-yard line. Rupert Westcloud with another catch. He doesn't get them a lot, but he certainly makes them count.
Right, and finally, Shabazz Synergy, he's got intercepted in that play. He, learns from it and checks it down instead of throwing the ball deep.
Handoff to the outside. Gain of 3. Kevin Say with yet another touch. That's his 33rd rushing attempt today.
Actually, I think that's Cunningham, the backup. Yeah, because, Say has to be exhausted, man. Like, almost 50 touches. I don't blame him.
They have to switch him out at some point.
Yes, sir.
Deep throw from Shabazz Synergy. Caught, touchdown. Dragons, and Josh Gill.
Yeah.
Way to announce that you're back in the ball game.
That's exactly why it's so important to have him back. It's a deep corner route. The Swarm defense was not ready for it, and wide open. A great throw by Synergy with great protection. Tight spiral. And Josh Gill makes it look easy. Now you have to go for 2 here to tie the game up. Interesting formation here to go for.
Yeah. No matter what, it's a gain or a loss. Handoff to Kevin Say, and that's tied the ball game at 24.
You know, and this is why you take him out for a couple of plays. You know, he gets his stamina back. He gets some Gatorade on the sideline and has enough energy to push it in. Excuse me, for the 2-point conversion. What a game!
And we are back knotted at 24 apiece. 7:13 left in the ball game as DC kicks it away. Taken at the goal line by Atlanta. And trying to stretch it out is Ryan Roosevelt. Gets it to the 24.
And something just tells me it's going to be one of these two defenses that is going to make the difference in this last 7 minutes. Like, it's going to be maybe another like pick six, or it's going to be another huge sack or something like that. Let's see.
And off the outside for BDG Hollywood. Hollywood sheds a tackler. Sheds about 5 or 6 and gets the first down. Ramos, you and I have been witness to a whole boatload of just crazy plays.
It's just been insane. He gets the spin move, goes inside, breaks Clint Henderson's ankles, then breaks another tackle and gets a first down. Everything in the span of 12 yards.
If only an epic run like that could have scored him some points, then it would have really been the cherry on top. 1st and 10. Short drop, short throw over the middle. That one's going to be caught for a first down and falls forward to the DC 49, essentially midfield.
And, you know, it's just improvement this game out of Brian Dynasty. You know, at one point he was really struggling to get absolutely anything going. Had no touchdowns, 2 picks. His quarterback rating was in the 20s or 30s. Now he's approaching the hundreds with 2 touchdowns and BDG's lose.
Another handoff and another great run. Gains 8 on the play.
I will give the ball to him again. Just run the ball one more time with him, 2nd and 2. If you don't get it, it's still going to be 3rd and short, so just run it in.
Yeah, you got the extra play as a safety net, and BDG has been playing like he can make those 2 yards like they're nothing this second half. Handoff right up the middle. I think that was actually to Mitchell O'Brien, the fullback. Yes, it was. He gets the third and inches.
Yeah, it's just going to be shy, it seems. Heavy power set. This has to go to BDG Hollywood.
And that they are going to give it to him. That is very clearly a first down. 1st and 10. Atlanta within DC's 40.
Yep, right now at the 38. They need about 5 yards or so to get into Steele's field goal range. Man-to-man coverage looks like for the Dragons.
And off to the outside for BDG, and BDG is going to get wrapped up on the stretch play before anything can really happen.
Really big, you know, next couple of plays for the DC defense. If they can make stops for no yard gains, they're going to get, I think, the ball back. I don't think Steele will try about a 55-yard field goal.
Deep drop, Brian Dynasty. Whoa, another catch is no, that's incomplete. Darn.
Wow. I mean, that's one of those plays, you know, the coaches, you know, just forbid the quarterbacks to do. You throw, well, actually, he released the ball before he got hit. I thought he got hit and then released the ball. What a play by Henderson, delivering the boom. And it's 3rd and 10. You know, I don't think it will be the worst idea for Atlanta to dump it short, try to get 6-7 yards and make it into field goal range. You cannot force an interception here.
Dynasty goes downfield. That was going to be caught to the 17-yard line. And the Swarm, a secondary goal of theirs on the third of Siege Falco. They keep it in bounds. They can keep draining and draining the clock.
That they do. What a play. What a throw. To the outside shoulder, exactly what it needs to be. The coverage by the defender wasn't bad. It was just a great throw. And you have to run it here just to take as much time as possible off the clock here.
And it's going to be another little spin on the handoff up the middle. Gain of 2 on the play.
So, you know, we'll see what type of game plan they use. I think on 2nd and 8, you run it again just to keep the clock going. Take as much time as you possibly can. And then, depending on how this goes, you make a decision on 3rd down.
Very deep drop from Brian Dynasty. Short throw to compensate for it. As
out of bounds.
BDG Hollywood steps out of bounds, makes it 3rd down and 2 on DC's 9.
Right, yeah, I think 3rd and 2. This has to go to BDG, and I will do it on the ground. I will trust my big guys in the offensive line, Mitchell O'Brien and company, to get a block and get a 1st down.
Deep drop from Brian Dynasty, throws over the middle. That was going to be caught. 1st down. And look at the time they've melted off the clock. It looks like if they keep their current pace, they'll be able to score right after the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, you're right. And that was a very dangerous throw that could have been intercepted by the linebacker. Somehow, Siege Falco has been the biggest player in this drive. Makes the catch.
Handoff to BDG, gains a few inches. That's pretty good, I gotta say.
The important thing is to keep the clock going. Of course, you want to get a touchdown, but the most important thing is to get it to the 2-minute warning here and really put the pressure on the DC defense.
And that will be our 2-minute warning, folks. The Dragons are hoping to hold on and keep the Swarm out of the end zone. We're tied here in the nation's capital. We'll be right back.
What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. What's up, everyone? I'm Doug, oh my God.
I'm Doug Brown, running back, Mud Dogs. That's Potty, kicker, Dragons. That's Benny Butcher, DT, Dragons. We the Simpot, the late night SFL podcast. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter.
$120 left on the game here in Washington, D.C. The Swarm are about 5 yards from getting into the end zone. They're going to hand off to BDG. Hollywood to the outside. Hollywood spins around, and Hollywood not going to get into the end zone. DC forced to call their first time out of the half.
Yes, indeed. So, tricky situation here. 3rd and goal at the 6. If you call a pass, you either throw it to somebody that is wide open or you take a sack. Like, the important thing is to either score or at least keep the clock going, not throw an interception. This may be a run, though.
Or worst case scenario, throw a pick. That's the last thing you want to do in this situation. Deep drop penalty as Dynasty throws it out to the back of the end zone, thinking that we were playing Canadian football, 20-yard end zone, as opposed to American football with 10.
This may be a holding.
That's exactly what it's going to be.
But it's on the defense.
A defensive holding, too, so free play, and they're close to the end zone.
Yeah, that's crucial. I thought that was probably going to be an offensive holding by the offensive lineman. That gives the Swarm an automatic first down with the ball at the 3. And what you do is just run the ball first down. If you don't get it, run the ball on 2nd down. If you don't get it, run the ball on 3rd down.
1st and goal, 1 minute 52 remaining. Handoff as BDG loses a yard, but more importantly, DC loses a timeout.
Yeah, and it gets to the point where it's like, what's better for DC? Is it better to actually allow a touchdown and have enough time? Or do you keep on playing defense and try to make a stop, force a field goal? Because if you do the latter one, you're not going to probably have enough time to drive down the field to get some points.
Deep drop from Dynasty, throws it to Hollywood. Touchdown! The Swarm take the lead.
Yeah, great play call. That's almost a run. You know, throwing the ball to your running back, it's basically like an outside run. And Atlanta now will have a 7-point lead, but it's not the end of the world for DC. It's actually arguably the best case scenario in this particular case. You still have 1 minute 45 seconds. You're only down 1 score, and you have 1 timeout.
Kick is away, and it is good. Atlanta now up by 7. A minute 45 is what is left for the Dragons.
They could really use a kick return by Kanye Rockefeller past the 30-yard line.
Kick is away, and it's a long one, taken at about the 2 from Kanye Rockefeller. Rockefeller takes it long, and it's going to be a nice return.
Up to the 29. Not a bad return. Actually, pretty decent field position here by the Dragons. They do need to go 71 yards, though. And even though Kevin Say has carried your offense pretty much, now it's time to go to your wide receivers. Press man-man coverage. Uh-oh. Man, that was almost intercepted.
Yeah, that one was very close, intended for Mike Churchill.
Trying to do a corner route. It was kind of 50-50, to be fair. I mean, Churchill did have a chance. The last drive, by the way, by Atlanta, 16 plays, 75 yards with that touchdown. That was absolutely clutch by Dynasty and company.
Empty backfield look for the Dragons. Synergy airs one out to the sideline. Caught! And that one's going to be running down the sideline. Is he going to make the man miss? No, not quite. Josh Gill gets to the 17 with 1 minute 23 and counting. And the Dragons still have a timeout to spare.
As you said, it's a huge play. They only need 17 yards. 70 seconds left on the clock, hurrying it up to back to the line of scrimmage.
Short drop, short throw, and it's going to be caught. And they're not going to get out of bounds, though. Or, no, they're going to say he got out of bounds.
Yeah.
They do. Just barely.
Yeah, great play right there by Churchill. He gets the catch, he gets as many yards as he possibly can, and he actually stretches his arm to the sideline to stop the clock. Heads up play. And here's the thing. You have one timeout, 2nd and 3. You can afford to run the ball. You know, running the ball, getting a first down or at least a shorter 3rd down is not a bad idea.
Hand off to the outside to Kevin Say. Kevin Say leans forward, not going to get the first down. 3rd and 1. They're going into the hurry up. 51 seconds and counting. One timeout. Short drop. Throws to the sideline. Caught. Kevin Say. First down to the 6. 42 seconds and counting. DC looking to keep that timeout for as long as possible. Deep drop. Throws into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. They're now just an extra point away from tying it. Or do they go for 2 and try to put the dagger in the swarm?
Yeah, you go for 1, you tie the game. You don't have to go crazy with it, but what a clutch drive by everybody in the DC Dragons offense. Unbelievable. Now, Atlanta has now 34 seconds and 3 timeouts on their own, so they do have enough time and they do have enough timeouts to make it happen.
Yeah, and all they need is a field goal, so...
Right.
Kicks away, and it is good. Expect to see a squib on the kickoff.
So, you know, the return game for Atlanta so far in this game has been pretty decent. It's not been amazing. It's been pretty decent. And I think they will just have to drive about 40 yards to get in field goal range. We'll see.
Yeah, about 40 to 50 is what they're going to need in about 30 seconds with all 3 timeouts.
So, yeah, 40 yards will get you around the 35-yard line, which will be about a 52-yard field goal attempt, which is doable for Sammy Steele. Look at this press man-to-man coverage.
Both these teams looking to get everything out of this play. Short drop, short throw over the middle, and it's going to be caught. First down, and Atlanta's going to call the first of their 3 timeouts.
They will, and now they need about 30 yards. I'll call it 30 yards to be in field goal range. They will go in the same formation, I guess. Yep, they go in the same formation. We'll see.
High snap for Bryant Dynasty. Throws on the flat, and it's going to be getting out of bounds. Gain of 3. Atlanta playing very conservatively. They're looking to just take this to overtime.
Yeah, not the worst situation here for Atlanta. You get a few yards, get out of bounds. You still have 22 seconds and 2 timeouts.
And again, it's not even like a you need these yards or you lose situation. If they
Right.
really feel confident enough, they can just take this to overtime. Dynasty stands right up, throws over the middle. That one's going to get it to
Timeout.
midfield. And they're going to call their second timeout. Now they need just about 15 to 20 yards, which they can definitely get on just a play or 2.
Yep. This formation is working. So, I will say they have from 2 to 3 plays before they can try the field goal. They go in the same formation. I will not be surprised if they try to throw the ball deep here. Maybe gonna be just a short route.
High snap, looking around as Bryant Dynasty goes to the end zone. Oh, that's tipped up, incomplete.
Wow. I don't blame him. You know, if you get the completion, you get into field goal range, and it is just about the kick. If you don't, you still have a couple plays to get 15 yards, and you know the clock stops. So not the worst idea.
Yeah, they're just going to use these next few plays to just try and take the shots to get within the 35 or so. Throws over the middle. That one's incomplete. And it's tipped around. 10
That's a
seconds
huge
left, 3rd
drop.
and 10.
That's a huge drop. That could have been about a 10-yard gain, putting the ball at the 40. You would have needed probably just 5 more yards for the, you know, for you to get in field goal range. Now it's 3rd and 10.
And now you have to actually start thinking about the down and distance, which is not something you typically think about with this little time left. Snap a bit low. Dynasty move around the pocket is going to be sacked. 6 seconds left. And the Dragons are going to force a punt from the Swarm.
Right, and yeah, I will punt it. Like I could say, you know, throw the Hail Mary, see it's 4th down either way, 6 seconds, but if the play lasts less than 6 seconds, you give the DC Dragons a chance. So yeah, punting the ball I think is the good decision here.
And they nearly get blocked too, so this will be the final play of regulation. And we are going to overtime, folks. Get your 5s up in chat. This game can't be decided after 44. All right, folks. Just a reminder on the SFL's overtime rules. It's simple. Next score wins. It could be a field goal. It could be a touchdown. Does not matter. Whoever gets it will win as DC wants the ball back to start overtime.
Kanye Rockefeller ended.
And it's going to be taken at about the 2. Up past the 20, past the 25, up to the 29. So for DC, you need to get it to about the 35 or the 30 if you want to go for the field goal.
Correct. And wow, what a moment here. Kevin Say with 48 touches in today's game is probably going to get up to 50 for DC to potentially win this one.
Short drop, short throw over the middle. That's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Quite a dangerous throw right there. It did hit the receiver in the hands, but there was a safety lurking right there, and it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 29 yard.
Another short, quick drop, quick throw. And it's going to be caught inbounds, 3rd down and 5.
Interesting down and distance situation here for the Dragons. A 3rd and 5. They will go with the 3 wide receiver set. Maybe another slant pattern by Josh Gill. They're going to run.
No, they're going to hand it off to Say right up the middle, and Say gets the... No.
Oh, wow.
They say he didn't get that.
Yeah, it's certainly close and worth a challenge, in my opinion. It's right. I'm not sure, man. This is crazy. I would have at least challenged that one. They're
Yeah,
just gonna go punt.
Wow, that is a questionable call from Steve Molinax and the coaching staff here at the Dragons. Punt is away, and it's going to be taken at about the 25, 30-yard line. And don't look now, but Roosevelt got a brief little getaway there. Got a few extra yards, gets it up to the 38.
Right, and now it's Atlanta's chance They only need probably about 25, 30 yards, and this offense has been able to move the ball at will in the last few drives. BDG only with 14 carries, he's pretty fresh.
And off to the outside for BDG as BDG gets slammed behind the line. They're going to say he gained nothing, though. 2nd and 10.
Right, so 2nd down and 10. You can try BDG again on this 2nd down. Siege Falco in the slot.
Another outside handoff to BDG. Got some room cleared out for him. Gains 4 on the play. Up to Atlanta's 42. And if I were Brian Dynasty, I would try and go for a nice little mid to long distance pass.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. 3rd and 6. That formation. Let's see if they can get Falco open here.
And Brian Dynasty hit as he throws it. Oh, what a grab that would have been. 4th and 6. Oh, man.
Unbelievable. Man, Brian Dynasty did absolutely everything he needed on that play to get the ball to his receiver. And it was just drawed by Boo Chisholm. DC will have another chance. Heartbreaking here for the Swarm offense.
Yeah. Snap's a bit low, but the punt is away. Taking it about the 25. And oh, it's fumbled! Atlanta's going to be able to pick that back up. And that should just about do it.
Wow. That's just rough right there by the DC Dragons. Man.
They nearly had him, too.
Yeah.
Oh, heartbreak,
man.
Pain, agony, however you want to phrase it. Atlanta's now down to DC's 25. And now these plays are just kind of to make the field goal a bit easier. Handoff to BDG Hollywood up the middle. BDG gains 4.
Yeah, the game plan for Atlanta now is very simple. Run, run, run. If it's 4th down, you kick the field goal. You cannot throw in this situation. You just can't.
Or at least it wouldn't be smart to do so.
Right. Maybe a screen pass is okay, but you cannot throw the ball downfield.
You mentioned the screen pass, and look at that. They throw it. BDG Hollywood gains 4, 3rd down and 1.
Yeah. 3rd and 1. I think they will go in the same formation. No, they're going to kick it. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, just go for it now. You got nothing really to lose. Sammy Steele has been having a great game and is looking to walk it off. Snaps a bit low, kicks away, nearly blocked. It's up, it's over, and Atlanta beats the Dragons 34-31.
Great job by the special teams unit. Getting that field goal up, and Atlanta survives on the road.
Survives on the road in a game that, for the longest time throughout that first half, it looked like they were not going to win. But their defense was able to manage the amount. They were able to perform effective damage control throughout that first half. In the second half, the offense did just enough to give them the win. You look at these stats here. DC overall had the better game, but you look at the main difference here, 4 turnovers to 2.
Yeah, that absolutely killed the Dragons. As you can see, the Santis with a good game. Overall, both secondaries had a really decent game. But at the end of the day, Atlanta just made more plays on defense. That was a huge one. Obviously, DC was poised to at least get a field goal. And the biggest one was that one to to the safety, Chris Henry, I think, because that pass was intended to the end zone. The pass gets intercepted, and like the very next play almost, they get a huge play with Falco. I think that's going to be the interception to Henry. Yeah, that is the one. And the very next drive, Atlanta moves the ball 98, 99 yards, get a touchdown. That was a huge part in this ball game.
It was 99 exactly. Just as much as you can possibly get on a drive like that. But now, looking forward for DC, that extends their losing streak to 4. But again, they haven't lost any of their games like, really like big blowouts. The last 2 games they've only lost by a combined 9 points. And last week they're playing against arguably the best team in the league in Baltimore.
Yeah, and DC is a very good football team that has just been unable to capitalize at the end. But last season they gave Baltimore a run for their money. Like it's a tough out, the DC Dragons, every week. Like you cannot get fooled by that 2-4 record. They're pretty good.
Well, now it is 2-5. Yeah, 2-5.
Yeah,
and now player of the game honor. Yeah, player of the game honors go to Bryant Dynasty. 21 for 33, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns. Had a pretty flawless second half, I must say so for myself. And that in-game photo does not do justice to the man's majestic hair in real life. Anyways, for all of us here at the Simulation Football League, I'm Jack Brown alongside Ramos Lynn. Special thanks to Ike McBride and Tyler Fall in the stats truck, making us a lot smarter than we actually are. We say so long and enjoy the rest of today's SFL action.
Thank you.